Hi there, this is Jacob Baugh, Jacob's Ladder with Team Cardhoarder. We're back for round 4 with our Mad Moon list in Modern, and I'm going to keep this a bunch of interaction, so I'm going to go and keep. It's not anything explosive or exciting, but it's definitely a hand you're not going to mulligan. This is Acquisition of Kozilek off of Land War Waste. What does that mean? I think that means that they're. What's the deck? The Ensnaring Bridge deck? I think that's what that means to me. That's the only deck I know that plays Land War Waste and Inquisition, so. I don't know how we can beat and set Ensnaring Bridge, but. We'll see. We have some relevant sideboard cards for sure. Just gonna bottom that. I think I want all the cryptics I could possibly ever need, so. We have to lightning bolt our opponent out, I think is how we win this matchup, if it's what, yep, he's playing Lantern. Let's move these libraries. My library, opponent's library. Resize these up a little. Okay. And, well, I guess I just plays. I kind of want. I'll just play the fetch land so I can shuffle my deck if I want to. I'm assuming he's going to mill my lighthouse, so. If not, I'll be very happy, but. Can't imagine him not doing that, so. Winter's Fair. I don't think he can play anything that I'd want to remand this turn. Because remaining in a Ensnaring Bridge doesn't really do much. I just want to draw a Lighthouse. Yeah. Cryptic, it's annoying. Now we only have Snapcasters to draw to. Pixis. My opponent wants to draw that the fair for sure. So it finds in their bridge. Pithing Needle. So if they have another land, or they just already have bridge. Yeah, so they just had everything. Jeez. So well, fetch. Try to put a better card on top of my deck. I'm just gonna get a Steam Events. I should have played my Scolding Tarn there. It was bad. Just let my opponent do his thing. They're gonna name my lighthouse, aren't they? With Needle. It's annoying. I imagine they named us a lighthouse. They named Scalding Tarn? Can't even activate Scalding Tarn. I don't think I have any way to win this game. Other than burning my opponent out. It's going to be very hard to burn my opponent out when they have an inventory spare, that's for sure. But it's technically possible, so I'm not going to concede just yet. They have a lot of inventory spares. Does nothing. Top card also does nothing. Assuming they're just going to use a bunch of shredders on end step. If I see something I like, I will draw an edge. There's 7 points of burn in my hand. Just gonna keep spamming F2 until they decided to do something relevant. is a good card. We'll find two. Did make him mill his Collective Brutality, which is nice. Draw a card and search Call My Blood Moon. Oh, he's playing a bridge. Okay. Just keep using, letting my opponent do whatever they want. Well, I searched for a card I only play two of, so. If auto yield, as I had a decent card on top of my deck. Help my opponent out a little. Spell Snare is, I guess, technically better than a flip delta I can't crack, so. Just keep letting my opponent do whatever they want. I'm dead in like 3 turns, it looks like. I don't think there's any way I can burn my opponent out at this point, but my opponent keep dirtling away. So, oh, yeah. Oh, missed my land drop. Whatever. Wanted to play my island, but doesn't really matter. Let my opponent continue eating their clock. Not sure it's what I should be doing, but it's not really going to hurt me any, so. Opponent's deck takes a long time to win. There's no reason not to use the Moto clock. And I'm going to see more cards in my opponent's deck. See how many of exact each card they play. Post-board, my matchup gets a lot better too, so. My opponent's seen my whole deck. I don't see why onto the sideboarding. Alright, so I want Pias, I want Keranos, I want Lavamancer, I want Negates, I want Vandal Blasts. Cards I don't want. I could use burn spells technically. Spell snares are pretty medium. Probably just shave on these. I mean, I just take the whole thing out. It's likely I'm just never getting under him with an Emperion. So I probably just want to cut those and be on the burn plan. Maybe it's just right to ward out the burn. Keep in this. It's the only decision I really have. You could do something like this. Or does that really accomplish nothing? I don't think Spell Snare really does anything. All of his things are 1s and 3s that I care about, so I just don't want that card. I just board out one of each of these and then keep in 2 bolts. Sounds reasonable. I'm pretty sure I want every other card. So let's do that. Guess I'd like to play first. Alright, this is the keep. Bottom that, top that. Right. My opponent doesn't turn 1 Inquisition me. They probably have an Inquisition. Yep. I'll take my Vandal Blast, I imagine. Welding Jar, okay. Draw my second negate. I'm gonna land, and hopefully this Vidalian, I can write this Vidalian Click to victory. I have Keranos to fall back on. So, just want to stop myself from getting Snaring Bridged. Basically all I care about. Snaring Bridge. Shredder. Shredded me. Huh. I certainly have options here. I think I'm supposed to assume my opponent has multiple bridges here. I'm not clicking. I negate one and then click him next turn. It's possible he doesn't even have his third land. He does, okay. Brutality. So that works out. So now I can just Vidalian Click my opponent. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Do I care about that card? Probably just take Bridge and start attacking. Hold up negates. But it's going to take one of my negates. It's annoying that my Blood Moon doesn't turn off that card, but they draw another discard spell off my Battalion Click. Be a pretty big tilt. They drew Surgical. That is a pretty annoying, for sure. Left the negate in my discard pile, which is, I guess they misclicked. To attack for 3. I want to play Chandra out and I assume down ticks on my click. My opponent upticked. That is confusing. I don't know why they would do that, but whatever. Now I gotta kill that Chandra, and my opponent has no cards, so I kept in these lightning bolts if my opponent has planeswalkers. Yes. Right. I have two creatures versus my opponent's Chandra. They can take my Battalion Click, doesn't matter. Draw lands or spells are great, so. My entire hand, so there's no reason to not just F6. Opponent can cast all their spells again now that they have Mox Opal, but I don't think it really matters since they're under a pretty big clock. If I ever draw a land that casts this Keranos, which we did. Right. I think this game is wrapped up. Keranos should mean I could just burn my opponent out with it, no matter what. There's shreddering back the Chandra, I guess. They shredded back the brutality to kill it and gain 2 life. Does that really buy you enough time? I don't think so. I guess if I don't hit spells and just keep hitting lands, buys them a lot of time. I don't think I want to change any of my plans. Still like all this, even if my opponent has a bunch of brutalities in their deck. I think Grim Lavamancer being a repeatable burn is still just better. I like all the low impact threats and all the counter spells, so it's possible I want spell snares because of the amount of brutalities in my opponent's deck. Curious why they have Lost Legacy in their deck also, but whatever. Alright, this hand looks serviceable. I have Blood Moon, but I don't have... Alright, so I lose a Blood Moon. Hopefully I don't have Surgical. If I do, I'll be real sad. Sucks I'm gonna have to fetch a mountain with one of these as it stands. I'd much rather get to all the blue for my... I probably should have just held my fetch. I just want to draw islands, so I shouldn't thin my deck of islands. This Cryptic is going to be mighty awkward this game, it appears. But still. Just going to cycle my Remand. Not going to get much better value out of it than time walking my opponent right there. On an island, that's nice. Another island. Well, this Cryptic is much better than I thought it was going to be, so that's good. One has their basic forest, but not the basic swamp this time. Gonna replay their bridge. Just Shredder, okay. Play my Pia and start setting up to possibly attack with those Thopters. Probably won't get to. It's pretty unlikely that he doesn't dump his hand this turn, but I still want to be able to attempt it. Okay, yeah. I have to race mill 2. that's annoying. I messed up last turn. I can't cast Cryptic. I would have definitely Cryptic that. Man, I really messed up. So, there's no way I can remand something, right? If I just played this stupid island and tapped it instead of this stupid Scolding Tarn, I think this game would have been in the bag, because Vandal Blast is the card I have to draw. It's miserable that's getting exiled by this stupid card instead of just milled. I could just snap it back. But now I get to draw Blood Moon. Might as well play. Can play the Blood Moon. Man, I really messed up this game. Sold up Cryptic. Dark Shredder. It's milling me. Stupid Pixis. I'm losing just because this card he has this instead of any other mill engine. And I can't burn him out because of Spellskite. I'm not milling anything relevant. So just keep passing. It's annoying that I can't even burn out the Spellskite because of the Welding Jar. I guess I kind of have to soon. Surgicaling my Snapcasters. Why did I do that? That was so stupid. I forgot I have Grim Lavamancer. Whatever, I'm just gonna remand it. That was what my original plan was. Why is my stack all the way over here and my graveyard popped out? And this. It's letting me get 2 damage for free, which I will gladly take. Ley line. My opponent is not casting that card ever, so. This will make my opponent have to mill that ley line, so. Surgicling. What? Alright. What is this? Okay. Surgicling Snapcaster. Alright, I should have won this game a long time ago. I completely forgot that my opponent doesn't have blue. I'm just an idiot. Alright, so they're shortering me, so I have to. Do I want to draw that? No, it's fine. Oh, they're shortering themselves. Okay, whatever. So let's save my cryptic. Guess he finds like a Mox Ult or something. Yep. Counter, return a permanent under his hand. Spell. That's my Snapcaster. Alright, my opponent conceded.